What's poppin'?
What's up?
You sound like you sleep. What's going on?
No, I'm good. I'm not asleep. I've been doing a lot today.
Oh, busy
What's
day?
up? Huh?
Busy day?
Yeah, busy, but still going.
Right. That's how it was for me. Same thing here. I've been moving around, bunch of meetings, bunch of Zoom meetings. There's Zoom stuff. I need to invest in Zoom because they must be booming.
Everybody's on Zoom now. I got me a Zoom too.
Yeah, man. Like these Zoom meetings are crazy. I was just on like 4 today. You know what I mean? Just for today. And I understand like all the COVID stuff, and it's cool. But I'm thinking that the Zoom is still going to be popping even after COVID is over. You know what I mean?
I think so too. This is like the new wave. It seems like. I think businesses have been trying to like convert more to online anyway, so like this is like something that was bound to happen eventually.
Yeah.
So it's like we just got a head start, I guess. We're just getting kind of thrown into it.
Right. It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It is. You know, it's cool. When you're in meetings that like people are really getting shit done, then it's really fun. You know what I mean? Like I had my company one, my BTSN Zoom meeting. That was fun because everybody that's on that call is beast. Like we get straight to it. You know what I'm saying? Then I was on two other calls with some potential clients, and then that kind of like runs on because you kind of have to reintroduce yourself to people that you haven't talked to beforehand, and kind of brief everybody. And they got a bunch of questions, but these questions be redundant sometimes. It's like, dude, if you just look at the deck or the invoice, it'll tell you what I've been telling you already. You know what I mean? But for the most part, it's cool. The one thing I do like about Zoom and is just on my production side, I've been doing Zoom production meetings. You know what I mean? Like somebody will say, I need some beats or whatnot, or I need some production or whatnot for my new project. So we will set up a Zoom call. It'll be me and them, or me, them, and their manager, or however we do it. And they put they best headphones on, and I play beats. They select which one that they like, you know what I'm saying, or which one that they feeling, and then we go through the process, sending the invoices, and it works out. It's really, really efficient. I love it.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I think it's really efficient, especially for situations like that. And people don't have to, come all the way to an office or to your location anymore. It makes everybody's lives a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Even though, meeting in person, there's nothing like meeting people in person too,
right.
But it's just like that extra, convenience in case you need it.
Yeah.
And you can save money on plane tickets and all kind of stuff.
Right.
Imagine you got a meeting in LA, but you're in Europe and you don't want to leave.
Right, exactly.
So you can just do a Zoom call real quick.
Or you're trying to get this paperwork signed, and they want to have one last meeting before they sign a contract. You know what I mean? Like all of that stuff.
Exactly. You don't have to stop what you're doing.
Exactly. I even do. There's like a lot of Zoom classes and stuff like that. Like my kids, they get the Zoom classes where they get a chance to talk with their teacher and their students, have fun. People be doing birthdays on it. Like everything is just so virtual. And I know the Jetsons said we was gonna get to this phase, but it's like Jesus, this is to the 10th power.
Right. Exactly. I love it. I think it's great. I'm not against it. Some people are like, no, this is taking away from our socialness even more. But social media has already kind of did that. And I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see what happens with all this, us switching to online. Everybody just speaking through their computers and their phones.
Right.
We already kind of have been there. It's just like, we have to do it now.
Yeah. Well, what do you think will be the new normal? Like getting back to all of this, getting back to the world. Like, do you think face masks are here to stay, or do you think I don't know, like the way people shop, where everybody being 6 feet apart? You think all this stuff is the new normal?
I think even when they tell us it's safe not to wear a mask, there's still going to be people that are afraid to not wear one. So I think it might be the new norm to have a mask on, because people are just paranoid now.
Right.
Even if they do a news broadcast tomorrow and say we don't need to wear masks anymore, it's safe. I don't know how many people trust in our news anymore, or like our government. So
yeah,
I mean, there's no telling. I think, but a lot of businesses, they want to open up. They're kind of like not sure how they should move with their employees and stuff like that. So, but I think face masks are going to stay,
right?
Because people are just, a little paranoid, understandably. So I don't see that going away anytime soon. Maybe in a year, maybe another year, people might feel safe. Like, okay, we haven't heard anything. It's going to take a while, I think.
Right.
But possibly we're also a lot more businesses are going to be accessible online. We might see like businesses, like their actual physical locations closing down.
Yeah.
They've figured out a way to do everything online.
Man, I've when I came to LA, one of my very few jobs, but it was the longest lasting job for me, was Fry's Electronics. And, this is a store where you can find, computers, printers, all the way down to like computer parts, down to the smallest component, you know what I mean? And I love the store because I'm a nerd myself, so I'm going ballistic as a customer first, So I ended up, working there, in the back stock, then moved up to like salesman on the sales floor, then went to camcorder supervisor. So, it was the longest job stint that I've ever had. And then that was
I never knew that.
Yeah. That was my last job. That was like close to 15, 16 years ago. That was my last actual job I've ever worked. Real job. Everything else has been music from there. So, yay me.
That's
for the most part.
Technically a music job too, though. But
right, exactly. So I just went back like a couple of weeks ago, and when I tell you I was so sad, because I'm talking about this big spacious place on, Sepulveda in Manhattan Beach. I'm talking about it's totally empty. It's like 2 employees, the entire building. Everything's empty. They like, man, we went online. And I was so sad, because it's like, it's like, damn. Well, it was my last job, but it's like, dude, the culture that was here, you've seen so many people from walks of life just coming in here shopping for their, technology needs. And now it's just so like dead, and just, it's like, dude, are they squeezing the life out of all of these businesses? Because, man, crazy.
And that's what it looks like. It really does look like a ghost town in some of these businesses, because, I mean, they don't want to get sued for one of their employees getting sick from COVID.
Right.
And, like, they're not taking the necessary precautions to keep them safe. So it's like they have no choice but to make changes.
Right.
I don't even think a lot of them wanted to do this, but it's like I said, we're being forced into it at this point, because of, like, we still need to make money. So now we have to look at alternative ways to still keep making money.
Yeah, and then it's like I first off, I never went to Best Buy for anything. Now I got to go to Best Buy for damn near everything. And even shopping for clothes and shoes, like, I was like, okay, let me pull up to Foot Locker. Ain't no Foot Locker. Okay, let me pull up to Chic Shoes. Ain't no Chic Shoes. I'm like, where the hell you get shoes from? You know, and they like, man, online you can go get these fresh new Air Maxes online. I'm like, dude, everything is online. I literally cannot pull up to the store and get nothing like last minute. You gotta go online. They're like, man, they can get you one day. If you order it in the morning, you can get it the same day. I'm like, dude, this is a lot. But, you know, hey, they like it, I love it.
That's the part that I really don't like. Like, our shopping has changed. Like, as far as, like, for clothes and shoes, because they haven't really, from what I've seen, nothing's really opening up that much. But people are starting to open up, but it's still different. Like, you can't, like, you got to be careful not to touch people, right. And everybody's, like, letting each other pass, and it's just so weird. I don't know. And even in the dressing rooms, like the dressing rooms, it takes like a longer time to get into the dressing rooms because they don't want too many people in there at once.
Right.
So like you're in the store longer now.
Right.
And I don't know. And some of my favorite stores, like little boutiques, they're not even open at all.
Right.
Like only the big stores are open.
You can't even.
And I find so many cool things at a little small boutique. So I'm mad about that. Like, how come they're not open? But it's because they're small, I guess, and they're probably going to switch to online, too.
Yeah, like you can't even get no exclusive shit. You gotta go to a fucking Target to shop. It's like, Jesus, what's going on?
I know. They only got Walmart, stuff like that open. Ross, you know.
That's crazy. How's COVID affected your music?
Well, you know, it's hindered me from being able to perform anywhere.
Right.
So, I mean, which is like every artist has been down about that. But that's pretty much the biggest thing. Like not being able to interact with your fans face to face and like, you know, be able to perform your music for them face to face. Like they're being robbed of that experience right now.
Right.
But, you know, there's alternative ways. I'm in the process of figuring out some new ways myself of like how I'm gonna be able to entertain my songs for my fans. So
nice.
You know, I don't know, maybe some more like doing just some live singing, and I've been seeing a lot of other artists do that, but I want to think of something unique to do. Hopefully it can be, you know, very engaging for the people watching, even though they can't see me in person.
Right.
Well, I'm figuring it out.
No, that's dope. And I see you have a lot of behind the scenes footage from like the videos you've been working on. You've been doing your thing.
Yeah, I got a new music video coming out very, very soon, and an EP.
Nice, yeah.
So, and of course, everybody that was working on the music video, they had on Max. I was like the only one for like the certain scenes, but I was put on my mask as soon as like the scene was up.
Right.
Like we were all taking precautions. We had hand sanitizer, and it's sad that that's how we have to do it now. But it is what it is. We gotta do what we gotta do. Try to stay as safe as we can.
Exactly. I mean, but the good thing is that you keep it going. Like, you know, a lot of artists, you know, no disrespect to them, but they need a kick in their ass because, you know, like COVID ain't supposed to stop nothing. You're supposed to still do your craft, like, you know, still do what you can. I don't care if it's just putting out music, you know, periodically. Like, don't stop the fire, enhance the fire. You know what I mean? That's just my take on it. You know what I mean? And I understand, you know, people got things going on. They trying to, you know, figure out how to make money and stuff like that for sure. But when you have, you know, when it's crisis and it's, you know, bad things happening, some of the things that helps people cope and helps people get out of these state of crisis is entertainment, music. Like, we have to play our part, a part of this whole, this worldly pandemic. You know what I mean? We got to give music and give energy to people who need that. You know what I mean? So that's just my take on it.
100.
You know?
Right. artists right now should be trying to think of creative ways to still keep your audience engaged and seeing you. You know, and if you have to do a video with, like, you just have one cameraman and he got a mask on, you know, still give us some content, you know?
Right.
So
I feel like this is the time where you can be the most clever because you don't have everything accessible to you. Now it's time to be the most clever and really show your fans what you're about. You know what I mean? Like, no, I don't have a lot to work with, but I'm going to give y'all the best of what I do have to work with. You know what I mean? I feel like that's important. And me as a fan, I'm still a fan as well. On top of me, you know, being in the entertainment business, I will always and forever be a fan. So I like it when, you know, artists do things like they give you a freestyle or they sing, you know, for like a minute or two on their Instagram, you know, every week or something like that. And I like stuff like that because it keeps me engaged in what they're doing. And then when they eventually drop their project or they eventually give a video, like everything works itself out in terms of like, oh, I see what she was doing. You know what I mean? I see what he was doing. You know what I mean? That's why I like your page, because you always stay active, giving words of encouragement, you know what I'm saying? Posting, you know, whether it's a photo shoot picture or you shining and wearing something fly, or giving behind the scenes, or continuously promoting your music and commenting on the people, you know, that's shouting you out, you know what I mean? Saying good job,
right.
You respond back like thank you and chopping it up. Like all of that shit is all dope
right.
shit.
All those little things matter.
Yeah.
They really make a difference in like how people engage with you and how much they like you.
Right. Like give people a chance to show their appreciation by engaging with them. You'll be surprised of what somebody will tell you if they know that they have your ear. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's real.
Completely right. Exactly. And I'm definitely dropping a lot of new content for everybody. Some singing videos, acapella, all kind of stuff I got coming up. Stuff that has to do with the show. And now we know where I interview people.
Right.
I got a lot of new stuff coming out carefully, just making sure it all looks right.
Yeah. Now tell me about, because I know you got a YouTube and you got a show where you interview different people. Like tell me about that.
Well, I basically started it like a few years ago, just interviewing a few friends of mine, like independent artists, and a lot of other people started reaching out to me wanting to do an interview as well. So like it kind of turned into kind of like where anybody doing entertainment could get an interview, but I wanted it to be like people behind the scenes.
Nice.
It kind of like the show kind of like formed into so many things over the years.
Right.
But mainly I do interviews with independent artists, and they get to play like little trivia games with me and tell their story of how they became an artist and talk about where they're trying to go with their career.
Right.
And I wanted to do that to like give more independent artists like a platform to talk about their music and reach new audiences.
Right.
Because like at the time when I was doing it, it wasn't that many independent artist shows or like shows that cater to indie artists. It was like all about artists that were already signed or major artists. And I just wanted to create something else that was a little different. And yeah, and that's kind of how it came about. So, and I'm still looking for people to interview. If anybody wants to interview on my show, they can go to JonnieKae.com and sign up from there, and
nice.
We'll see your information and decide if we want to have you on.
Oh, for sure, man. All you had to say was you interview independent artists. I have a slew of them that, you know, they need more press. They invite more press. You know what I'm saying? And I'll definitely, what I'll do is I'll just put you guys in like a message thread, or even just send me your email, and I'll send their managers or whomever their representation is, your stuff, your platform, and then y'all can just make it happen from there. I'm always in tune with independent artists because I love underdogs, you know what I'm saying? So definitely I do that.
Yeah, I found so many gems like that. I just find so much great music.
Yeah.
And I just, so like people should hear this music right now, because who knows, by the time they get signed, they might have some whole other different music, but I just wanted a way to show people like where they're at right now and like how they're transforming as artists, and I just think that's really cool for people to see.
Right. So speaking about new artists, like what is your idea or criteria for working with a new artist? Like, if somebody wanted to work with you or you wanted to work with them, like what would be your process of what you look for in working with a new artist?
Well, that's interesting.
You can keep it 100. Keep it 100.
I try to listen to see if you got bars.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know if you actually are talking about something, and that you got energy. I look for energy too, like somebody like very like, just putting their all into the words that they're telling us.
Right.
I look for that. I don't care too much about how many followers they have.
Right.
As long as they're just like an incredible person. Like I like to see if they're like engaging, if they have a good look. I look for like, you got like a nice style about you or something.
Mm-hmm.
And your bars. That's the main things for me.
Right. No.
And if you got numbers on top of that, that's great.
Just a bonus. It's a bonus.
Right.
No, definitely. Is there some independent artists or like artists that's just getting started that you think about working on music with?
Yeah, totally. I got there's a few independent artists that I'm gonna have on my EP.
Oh.
And people will just have to stay tuned to hear who I've chosen to have on my EP. But they're independent artists, and they are fire artists, and they don't have like crazy amount of followers or nothing like that, which I think is crazy. So when people hear them, they might think that they're like popular because they're so good.
Nice.
But they're still growing, and I just think that that's, I just want to, if I can help bring more shine to them, that would make me happy. I just like helping out people that I think are really dope.
No, that's crazy that you say that, because I'm the same way. Like, I feel like, in my quest and ongoing journey of me being in the music industry, I like to work with people who are dope, that got good energy as well. Like people that can foresee their talents being on stage, being on a big stage, being, next to the best of the best. You know what I mean? I like to work with people like that. You know what I mean? And I just take an extra, just an extra hand or go the extra mile to work with. I call underdogs, like people who you don't see coming, people who are dope.
Exactly. That's what I think I like about it too. It's like the underdog, and the fact that I found them. I feel like I found them.
Right.
But of course they've been doing their thing. But like, when you find some artist that's like below 4,000 followers, you would probably think, like the normal average person would probably think that their music is trash. Right. But there's it's always like there's that chosen select few that are not trash.
Right.
And once upon a time, every major artist was exactly where these independent artists were too.
Exactly.
And so I think people forget that, and they just look for the numbers, and they don't, that's fine. That's why people like me are around who have a different perspective and look for different things.
Right.
And I think I found some real gems. I feel like I'm a gem myself. Like
you are, you definitely are,
and
for sure.
I just like to be surrounded around gems.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm just one of those, people where, like you said, I've been at that stage, you know what I'm saying, in terms of not being the one that's the most recognized for the job. And it goes all the way until you work hard enough, you get recognized enough, and now you're the number one guy for the job that everybody wants to work with. You know what I mean? And for me, I like the people who stay humble through the entire process, because that's where the real magic happens. Is when somebody's humble enough to walk themselves into a door full of greatness, and yet still be dope enough and be present enough to do their shit in the moment. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And we've seen artists like that, throughout the years, just being on the fanship side. So, I would love to always put my hand a part of anything that's moving in the right direction in terms of energy and in terms of just good faith in what they got going. You know what I mean? I'ma always help, no matter what. I'ma always help. That's a part of my nature. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mine's too.
Did you ever come up with a title for the EP?
I did come up with a title, but I don't want to release it just yet.
Nah, you gotta tell me. Okay.
People be like trying to take ideas and stuff. I don't want some bigger person to come and take my ideas.
No, you're right. You're right.
I think I'm gonna just, the week before it's gonna come out, I'm gonna release the title.
Okay, cool.
So people just gotta follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and find out what the title is and when it's coming out. And it's very soon, within like the next few weeks.
So you ready to get to it ASAP?
Yeah.
Fire.
I want to get it out. So people can vibe to it and be ready for when it's time for me to perform. They'll already know the words to my songs, hopefully.
Right.
So,
I definitely been
it to them right now.
I definitely been vibing just the couple of records that I've been honored to engineer. Like, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. You know what I'm saying? For me, like, there is the job of making the sound quality what it is, and then the other half is, sonically. If I like the song and I like the creative process of it, I'm a jam to it like the average fan would, and that's how I kind of get a chance to top it off and put the icing on the cake as far as like the final things that I do a part of the mix and master is to enjoy the song is to have an idea of how the clarity and how you want it to present itself when it comes out. And I really enjoy your music. Like, it's an easy buy-in. You know what I mean? Like, it's just dope music.
And that means a lot to me coming from you, because you're like such a professional at what you do. And I know you got a very talented ear. So I really appreciate that from you.
Always. That's why you be like, damn, you sit it back that fast? I'm like, dude, I'm grooving. I'm low-key in here at nighttime grooving to the record.
I'm be like, I love that. Oh, I love that.
You know what I mean? I take if I like a song, I take a personal interest in how it comes out. Not to say that if I don't like it, I don't sonically do my thing. But, sometimes you just have those moments when you really like a record and it's like, yo, like you're excited to stay up all night and make sure that this record gets done. And then, when you wake up in the morning, you listen to it again with the fresh ears, making sure everything is in his pocket, and it's like, okay, boom, send it over. You know what I mean? But you got some dope music. I'm just anxious to hear the rest. I got a good taste of it, so I'm not gonna give it away in terms of telling nobody about it. I just can't wait till you drop it. I appreciate, you just doing dope shit. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that. I appreciate the feedback.
No problem.
I'm about to send you some more tracks, of course.
Oh, most definitely.
Very, very soon.
And I definitely got to send you some beats for sure.
I know. Like, that's overdue. I need some right now.
Say no mas. I got you. Say no more. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm about to go ahead and get to this last Zoom meeting of the day. This will be the 5th. But this is a pretty cool one. It's a pretty cool Zoom. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you always. And man, let's get to work. Let's knock all these people off they chairs. You know what I mean?
That's what we do best. That's what we're gonna do.
And if you're still in LA, we definitely gotta link up. You know what I'm saying? We gotta go to brunch or something.
I'm still out here. I'm gonna be out here till this weekend, so we gotta definitely link up fast.
Link up, gang. Let's do it.
I'm gonna talk to you later.
Okay, cool. Hold it down.
Thanks for having me on your show.
Always vibes.
All right, bye, everyone.
Peace.
Bye.